Did you know that the entire cabin of Sikorsky's S-92 VVIP chopper, along with over 5,000 precision components, is made right here in Hyderabad? Hyderabad is also home to India's first dedicated aerospace park at Adibatla, where players like the Tatas have joined hands with companies like Lockheed Martin, Airbus, Boeing, among a host of others, to manufacture critical components for military and civilian aircraft globally.
About 10 years ago, when Government of India, Ministry of Defense decided that under Atmanirbhar Bharat concept, more and more indigenous manufacturing should happen in our country. They have announced defense corridors, but despite our efforts, the corridors were given to two other states, one to Tamil Nadu, one to Uttar Pradesh. And we have represented to the union ministries, the defense minister, Honorable Prime Minister also on multiple occasions to sanction this corridor. And normally, because the corridor starts at some point and ends at some point, the most logical location of this corridor would be between Hyderabad and Bangalore. These are the two cities where more than 90% of the defense R&D and defense manufacturing and aerospace R&D and manufacturing is happening. But possibly the Government of India's thinking is that while these are established locations, to maybe open up newer areas so that other parts of the country also benefit.
Hyderabad is located in the center of the country and is one of the most stable seismical zone. So a lot of defense research labs, the DRDO labs and the DPSUs were located in Hyderabad from last 6 decades. Many of them have probably close to 3,000 to 5,000 employees, and it's a fairly large ecosystem of defense research and defense manufacturing happening in Hyderabad, but then mostly under the public sector units. Over time, a lot of these scientists who worked there had moved out, branched out, set up their own shops, and small MSMEs cropped up in and around these facilities. And many of them today are fairly successful, fairly large, and are also integrated into global supply chains, thanks to Government of India's focus on Make in India. And under the Atmanirbhar Bharat also, the foreign OEMs realized that if they were to get orders from India, they need to at least add more to, or rather increase the indigenization content. So core technology is something which they were not willing to let go. So they were encouraging, developing a lot of MSMEs around to be suppliers of them. So, they can actually demonstrate the willingness of giving more work to India, and that is actually working good for both the parties. Hyderabad ecosystem, we got several MSMEs added lately, like say for example, Azad Engineering, the Raghuvamshi Aerospace, etc. Today, tier 1 suppliers, and companies like Gaura Aerospace are tier 1 suppliers to Airbus and few others. So likewise, most of these companies have started giving more orders, and now these companies have really grown. Many of them are listed, they've got fairly good valuation, so there's a lot of bonhomie in this industry.
72 we started working on the navigation systems, and I remember if we wanted to have one hole drilled, we have to run from Chandrayana to Balanagar. That was the kind of infrastructure available. There was nothing in between. There were a few fabrication factories in Balanagar, Sanatnagar. That area had just come up as an engineering hub. But from 72 to, if we see, to 95, I think DRDO has transformed Hyderabad. Almost 200 MSMEs have come up associated with DRDO, covering all aspects of the missile system, right from the airframe systems, the raw material, forgings, the electronic systems, industries like Anand Technologies, Apollo Computers, Apollo Microsystems, hydropneumatics. They have done valves, they have done hoses, they have done the pumps. I think the way it has developed, and then the HAL Hyderabad unit, they helped, HAL Korba unit helped in indigenization of the gyroscopes and accelerometers. So I think the total, there was a explosion of the capability in Hyderabad. Within 20 years, 200 industries coming up to a maturity where they are now supplying practically all components to the missiles as well as in the spacecrafts. I think today Hyderabad has the most dynamic and most evolving engineering capability in the country as I see it.